Right now on 7 Eyewitness News at 11, disaster zone. Firefighters getting the upper hand on that massive fire in Lackawanna, burning for 16 hours and counting.
I saw smoke and flames going up as high as the sky, and just plumes of smoke just boiling and boiling out of the plant.
We're live on the scene of that massive fire at the old Bethlehem steel site.
Plus, Donald Trump wins the White House and some local Republicans could ride his coattails to Washington.
And beating the odds, we meet a brave young boy from Lancaster with a can-do spirit. But first,
the intense firefight wages on in Lackawanna.
There is a lot of fire load, a lot of material that's burning, and they're having to put forth an incredible amount of effort to put that out.
Thick smoke and debris spotted for miles away. Homes evacuated, precious items lost.
They just think it's an abandoned building. There's a lot of high-end stuff in there.
Mercy Flight giving us a bird's eye view of the intensity of this fire today, burning at the old Bethlehem steel site. Fire officials now telling us the flames at this hour are contained. But viewer photos really telling the story today, capturing the drama as crews continue to fight the blaze and smoke pouring from the facility in Lackawanna. To give you perspective, this facility approximately 6 city blocks.
And it's the smoke health officials are monitoring closely tonight. The Erie County Health Commissioner asking people to take the following precautions. First, limit physical activity in smoky areas. Avoid touching soot or ash. If you accidentally come into contact with fire debris, wash your hands, change clothes, or shower.
Another big issue here is the closure of Route 5. This is a main thoroughfare, of course, from Buffalo down to the south towns. It is closed in both directions between Ridge Road and Miles Strip. The mayor of Lackawanna advising people to have an alternate route for the morning commute.
Because of the fire, the Frontier School District making the decision to cancel classes tomorrow. St. Francis High School also closed.
And the chaos and cause of this chaos, Lackawanna officials telling us that it was a hot light bulb dropped onto a pile of cardboard that sparked this blaze around 7 this morning. Buffalo fire investigators unwilling to comment on that at this point as this investigation continues. 7 Eyewitness News reporter Jeff Rusak gathering the latest from the scene tonight continues our live coverage from Lackawanna. Jeff.
16 hours. That's how long the fire at the Steelworks Industrial Park in Lackawanna has been burning. Now, fire officials say the fire is contained, but they're going to be working through the night to get this fire completely out. Anyone on their morning commute on Route 5 in Lackawanna could tell you. Anyone south of Buffalo anytime after 7 could tell you. The Steelworks Industrial Park was on fire, and the smoke could be seen for miles. The fire in the evacuated building spread fast until part of the building couldn't take it anymore. A collapse. Sending even more smoke from the burning plastics recycling center into the air.
We have not identified everything that's in it. It's related to the materials that are burned inside, but it is smoke in nature and not good for anyone to breathe.
Wednesday night, the firefight continues.
There is a lot of fire load, a lot of material that's burning, and they're having to put forth an incredible amount of effort to put that out.
An extensive response by firefighters from around western New York worked to contain the fire and make sure it didn't spread to any neighboring buildings. The park houses several businesses, including a storage facility.
Glad I didn't store my daughter's car in there.
One man lives right down the road. He was inside this part of the industrial park a few days ago, looking to store a car. He says there is a lot of property that could be gone.
Vehicles, old cars, jet skis, all kinds of vehicles in there.
As the fire burns through the night, firefighters aren't assessing property damage yet. With a structure that takes up 6 city blocks, there's still plenty of work that needs to be done. There was lots of smoke with this fire. There was also lots of debris. Now, if any of that debris did fall in your property, you're asked not to touch it with your bare hands, and you're supposed to call your town's emergency workers. Reporting live in Lackawanna, Jeff Rusak, 7 Eyewitness News.
Jeff, thank you. And staying with the topic of debris, this is not simple ash floating around. Viewers sending us pictures of that fire debris falling in their Hamburg neighborhoods. Chief Meteorologist Aaron Minkowski is tracking wind speed and direction and how it could impact nearby neighborhoods. Aaron.
All right, thanks, Ashley. Earlier today, we had a wind out of the north. It was a pretty strong wind pushing that smoke plume and that debris due south. But as we head into your Thursday, the winds are going to shift, becoming more southwesterly, pushing the plume and the debris off toward the northeast, really impacting new areas. Places like West Seneca, Lancaster, Cheektowaga, back toward Harris Hill, even Amherst and Kenmore. These are all areas that could feel some of the effects from the smoke plume and possibly see some debris. So that's what's going to occur tomorrow. Winds out of the southwest pushing everything off toward the northeast. We'll talk more about that and your weekend weather coming up in just a few. Back to you.